So there is a stereotype that Russian people are always depressed, sad or whatever, which I actually don't really understand because, you know, I am Russian and you always see me smiling, never depressed. But today we might meet somebody who can be the depressed Russian. I'm talking about Natasha, aka Natasha's Adventures, and Alena, aka, you guess what, depressed Russian. Good job. We're actually very lucky to meet each other because they arrived to St. Petersburg just for a few days. And I'm leaving St. Petersburg for a short trip tomorrow, so today is the only time when we actually can have a conversation. So we are going to do that right in the downtown of St. Petersburg at Vladimirskaya station over there. You know, that's actually funny that I am meeting the girls right in St. Petersburg because St. Petersburg is well known as one of the most depressive cities in Russia. I guess that's because of the weather and the gray skies, although today's sky is pretty nice. Привет.
Привет. Мы уже москвички. Я уже такая Moscow girl, целых 6 дней провела в Москве.
My name is Natasha. I am from Khabarovsk, the city in the far east of Russia. I have a YouTube channel where I used to make videos about travels in Russia. I still make them, but now it's more about myself, not only about Russia. And now we came to St. Petersburg with my friend Alena and met Niki here, walking, making videos. Yeah, what else? Норм?
Норм.
Может, что-то еще надо сказать? Скажи.
My name's Alena, I'm 19 years old, I'm from Komsomolsk-on-Amur. It's located in the far east of Russia. Then I moved to Khabarovsk, which is like a bigger city in the far east. Now we're in St. Petersburg. My channel is called Depressed Russian. Subscribe to my channel.
First stay today is Булочная number 89 имени Volchika. I have been there countless times and it's one of my favorite local bakeries on the affordable side. So we're gonna get there some coffee. Oh my goodness, there's actually way too many people, no seats to stay, long line. Let's go find another place. We are going over there. This is literally my favorite bookstore in Petersburg. It's called Подписные издания, and that's always crowded with people who crave something to read. I just wanted to show this place to Natasha and Alena and get something hot to drink, because, you know, it's kinda chill outdoors today. I really like this bookstore, and it's such a pleasure to actually see a crowded bookstore. That's a good thing about St. Petersburg, books are popular here. Unfortunately, that is even way too crowded, so we got our coffee, I got some tea, but we couldn't stay in and talk, so instead we're gonna go to another place. We're going over here, Museum of Anna Akhmatova, not museum itself, but into the tiny park behind this arc. This is Anna, and what I really like about this location is this kind of poetry. It's all written here and it's all temporary. Every few weeks, every month, it's being just colored back into the original color. You even can see some kind of letters underneath that. Then people come back, write more poetry, and this getting colored again.
Можно еще кофе? Невкусно. Ну, зато теплый. Oatmeal.
Покажи свою худик.
School bus. Почему всем так нравится? Ну ладно, рассказываю, да? So this hoodie, I bought it in a charity store in Moscow. It's called Barkin Store. So they are donating money to animal shelters, and all the prints include animals and some kind of oppositionary sentiments, anti-governmental. So here it's like a school bus, but children are riding the Russian автозак. This is how we call a police truck that takes protesters from protests. So this is kind of implying that in Russia it's really easy to get into the police truck.
As easy as you can go to school.
Yeah.
This park is actually quite interesting, artistic. I made a few videos over here. If you want to see a bit more details from this park, definitely check out this video after we finish with this one. And finally, let's talk about the depressive part of living in Russia, I guess. When I was thinking what kind of video I can film with you, I thought you are a depressed Russian. And you look pretty depressive in like most of your videos. I'm sorry. So, do you think that living in Russia is a depressive experience, or why depressive Russia, and why you're also depressed in your videos?
People in comments always tell me that depression, it doesn't match with the country, like you will be depressed in USA or anywhere you go.
Grass is greener.
Yeah, all those comments. But I think it's really depressed in Russia. Like, people are sad, everything is gray, the weather, most time of the year, weather is terrible. Welcome to my depressive hometown, Komsomolsk-on-Amur. Here you can see the house with a spire. It's an official symbol of Komsomolsk-on-Amur. There are 200,000 inhabitants in Komsomolsk-on-Amur. Here's Komsomolsk-on-Amur State University. I studied linguistics there for 1 year, and then I dropped out and moved to Khabarovsk. It doesn't always look so depressing, but during this time of year, all you see is just gray buildings and gray sky and a bit of snow.
It's not only the weather, we can look at the Scandinavian countries. I think the economy situation not really good.
What is the most depressive thing about living like in Russia or in Khabarovsk?
Maybe the fact that people are leaving, because we both come from the Far East. I used to live in Khabarovsk, so we moved to Khabarovsk. I mean, from our different hometowns. I'm from Spassk.
I'm from Komsomolsk-on-Amur.
These both are like Gopnik towns. And really undeveloped. You can see like money don't reach us, the money from Moscow. Moscow collects all the money, but they don't come back. And here in the center of the square, we have our famous statue of Lenin, like the heritage of the Soviet Union. Our cinema theater, it's called Aurora, like Aurora in English. And I really love this place because it's like the only place with lights and concentration of some activity. And this is the football court. They also build these smart trainers. According to statistics, 70% of Russian people live in such houses. Here we can see the children's playground and somebody is drying clothes. It's probably a depressing picture for foreigners, but this is what we see every day and what we're used to. You can see, I mean, look at the political situation, what our country did, and we will have no question after that.
Are you gonna leave Russia anytime soon? Relocate to another place?
Yeah, I'm going to Georgia really soon. I will be right there after you post this video. Maybe not. But yeah, I always wanted to leave Russia. Maybe because I wanted to leave Spassk, then I moved to Khabarovsk, and then I was like, I have to leave Khabarovsk as well. Obviously, the next step is probably Moscow. But no, I don't want to stay in Russia anymore, and that's why I will leave.
I always wanted to leave Russia too, but I'm not doing it yet. I don't have opportunities. It's a very tricky question. I feel like I need to, but I feel like I'm not ready yet.
Why your channel is Depressed Russian? Like, why did you call it this way?
Everybody says that I look depressed when I'm just in my regular mood. I'm not sad, it's just my face, it just looks sad. And I decided to make fun of it and like actually call myself depressed. But actually I'm like introverted and kind of maybe you would tell that I'm depressed if you just look at me, I don't know. But it's just a joke that I think it's funny to call my channel Depressed Russian. And like I always say that life in Russia is depressing, that's why I'm depressed, all of that.
Is there like anything that makes you not depressed in Russia?
Nice coffee, nice food. Yes.
I kind of feel that people will judge me for talking too bad about Russia. That's why I'm trying to kind of filter my words. I mean, there are good and bad sides everywhere. And if you ask me what I like about Russia, there are many things. From cheap and fast internet to the well-developed public transport. Also how beautiful the cities are, the culture, the people, the food. I like my country. I like its nature. But it all is covered when you're thinking about the whole political environment. That is the main reason why someone can be depressed here. The main, not only this, but also the economy, and it all is connected to each other.
I think I deeply agree with these words, Natasha, that all the depressive parts of living in Russia, they have their roots in politics. Basically, every single thing that I can describe you about like being depressive here, all this comes from kind of poor politics.
introduced us to this place, Pushki. It's like St. Petersburg famous buns, donuts. I've never tried it.
These tiny pishki are so oily and sticky that you basically have to use such kind of pieces of paper that looks a little bit not very clean to me, but that's kind of alright.
It tastes like some other kind of bun. I tried it, but I didn't know that it's called pushki.
This tastes like you're eating very oily bread with sugar powder. That is definitely sweet, and I kind of like it, although I wouldn't eat that too often. We walked quite a while today, and I didn't film anything because we were rather concentrated on like talking and chatting with each other. And right now we are staying on the Palace Square, the center of touristic St. Petersburg. You know what is that behind us?
I already forgot. Hermitage?
Yeah, that is Hermitage Museum, aka Winter Palace. We walked around St. Petersburg for like 3-4 hours. And what impression do you have of this city so far? Like, is it depressive or is it nice and place like somewhere like you would like to live in?
For me, it was a day of streets and massive buildings and much culture. I still don't know who would like to live here. As for depressive vibes, I have not seen them because people said that weather in St. Petersburg is like depressive, gray. Yeah, it was cold. But I really like the architecture, the buildings. What else?
I feel cultural enrichment. We visited all of those touristy places. I don't feel depression yet. It's a good thing.
Maybe once you go to some outskirts.
Yeah, I guess so. But all of the places that we've seen today are not depressing.
So after your words, you know, I have a theory that much depression comes from smaller and distanced cities away from Moscow and St. Petersburg. I even feel it about my hometown in Siberia, the city of Omsk. If I live there the entire life, more likely I will feel less optimistic and more depressed. But staying here in St. Petersburg, I feel better towards just living here. Do you think you might like to leave Russia just because you were growing up really, really far away in the Far East?
It's a hard question. I think if I was born in Moscow or St. Petersburg, I would still want to leave Russia, but the quality of life would be higher. And yeah, I think that what you said, the environment, it really influences your mood. Because when I'm in Moscow, I feel better. I think about poverty, all these statistic things around me more rarely than when I'm in Khabarovsk. So the environment, the architecture, the sidewalks, the whole city elements, they really matter.
Is it your first time to visit St. Petersburg and Moscow?
Yes. Spent a week in Moscow, now I'm in St. Petersburg.
If you compare like Moscow, St. Petersburg and Khabarovsk, what are the major differences?
Well, Moscow is very busy. Like there are a lot of people on the street, everybody's rushing. Seems like everybody needs to go to work and it's very expensive there. St. Petersburg is more chill. The buildings are very like all in the same style, I would say. I like it more here. And people are also more slow, I would say. And in Khabarovsk, it's my old Soviet town, like bigger than Komsomolsk, but the vibe is the same. I feel like it's less developed, less money goes in like Far East and other regions. So yeah.
If you have a choice, Alena, to live in St. Petersburg or Moscow, or to like leave Russia forever, so let's say live somewhere in another country.
It depends which country.
All right.
If I can get Canadian citizenship, I would live in Canada.
Somebody give her Canadian citizenship.
Please.
What citizenship do you want?
American or Canadian also. I don't know, just any country that will not put me to jail for blank piece of paper.
We were just talking and vlogging, and here I saw something quite interesting. An exhibition. Before I was there, we had something like a photo exhibition, a photo gallery called Children of War. Right now it's disappeared, but what we have left is this kind of stand that looks like a post box. Basically it says letters to the heroes. It is a Russian patriotic event that is targeted to support, it's written over here, targeted to support our citizens, basically Russian people who do their stuff in Ukraine. We can write a letter to normal, regular citizenship as well as to soldiers.
I wonder what happens to these letters.
I think they
Probably
go
they just
as
throw
they
them.
should go.
What?
I think they are delivered as they should be.
Yeah, but it's like feel kind of embarrassed just being here.
I have no idea how many people would actually send a letter. I wonder how many of letters there are right now.
Yeah, all these patriotic actions feel so fake. It's completely told by the government. It's like that cube on the red square with the children's drawings.
So coming back to the thoughts that Natasha said earlier, most of the depressive things that we can see in Russia basically caused by the actions of our government, not only this year, but years before and before even Alena or Natasha or me were born. So yeah, what can we do?
Yeah, and you might say that, oh, but you can do something about it, protest, like dismantle Putin. But no, you should understand what an authoritarian regime is. Look at North Korea, look at some other countries. The reality that we have to cope with somehow. But I hope someday it will change.
Yeah, but anyways, today we talk about this part of living in Russia, and if you want to discover more stuff on living here in St. Petersburg, you can check out this video. Спасибо and пока.